The bridge was damaged back in the 2010 spring floods. Basically what happened is we had ice jams and we had a chunk of ice with a tree stuck in it, and it slammed into the bridge and twisted it and bowed it. And actually we got FEMA to come out and they gave us some money to repair it. Unfortunately it wasn't enough because the bridge was basically pulled apart. So it was either give the FEMA money back or replace the bridge because it was not repairable. And so we went through the 2-year process, so to speak, with the Guard, doing all the paperwork.
Well, the IRT process, Individual Readiness Training, starts with an idea within the community. The very first thing that our organization can support is a 501c3 or a government agency. So that's where our requests originate, is from one of those two organizations. They have an idea, a project that needs to be done, don't have the funding or the expertise to actually get it done, so we call the National Guard in. So the packet comes forward to the National Guard, and we actually have a board that will assess number 2 things really. Do we have the expertise to do the project? And number 2, do we have the availability within the time frame that the customer needs the project done? And if those 2 needs are met within the organization, the Adjutant General will make a determination whether to accept the project or whether, unfortunately, we have to deny quite a few projects because one of those 2 key factors aren't met. And typically, from the time that the Adjutant General makes a decision, it takes 3 to 6 months for us to send that information forward to the national level. And it goes all the way up to DOD. DOD has an interest because it's using federal resources to accomplish training.
We started this back in May with our first rotation, which came from Detachment 1. And they started their first 2 weeks for AT. And then the soldiers you see on the ground here is our second rotation from Edgeley.
We've been here for 3 days now, and what we've done is leveled this bridge so far. And we've started a handicap ramp over there, where we started building a landing on the other side, on the south side, and also started on the handrails on the bridge.
We actually have a third rotation that was scheduled to come out here, but because Detachment 1 and the soldiers now are doing such a good job in putting this whole thing together, we're actually 2 weeks ahead of schedule.
The other unit had already tore down the old bridge, and they erected the metal support beams on both sides, on the north and south side, and then they put all the bracing on and the decking boards.
A lot of horizontal work that we had to do with replacing the towers, using heavy equipment, and to prep the site. Some vertical experience. Some of our guys have been on the vertical construction background, whether it be on the civilian side or military. And a lot of level 2 and higher type management with calculations and safety risk assessments and mitigation factors. All that stuff is taken into account to put this bridge together.
As the NCOIC, I've just been overseeing everything, making sure that we have the equipment from the mayor as we need it, and kind of being the in-between guy of everything. Making sure everything flows and that they have the equipment that they need to get done with the job.
Looking great, and I got to say the Guard has been excellent to work with. You've done a dynamite job. I'm happy as a kid in the candy shop, to be honest with you.
They've had a blast so far working on it. The mayor has been great to work with, and they're looking forward to getting this project done in a couple of weeks.
A lot of these soldiers, they love operating equipment. But at their heart, they certainly want to do good for the community, and this is really showing where their heart comes into play, and wanting to do this for the community, and to do it right, and to do it safe for future generations down the road. So end up being a landmark for Fort Ransom.